It's showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Next Reel Saturday Matinee, our weekly show where the Next Reel team gets together to talk about news reviews, new trailers, our weekly list challenges, and more. Shenanigans, really. I'm Mandy Kaplan, and I am joined today by Pete Wright. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Mandy Kaplan. It's great to see you.
And you as well. I don't know if you noticed, I upped my lighting situation. You can actually see me.
You look terrific, but you always sort of shimmer.
And we're done.
So...
Good episode, you guys. Thanks.
I was thinking of more of a glitter, but sure, shimmer works.
Glitter, shimmer, shine, whatever
shimmer,
you got.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You might all recognize
yes.
the dulcet tones of Ocean. Hi, Ocean.
Hello, man. It's nice to see the wonderful rays of light that are bouncing off of your effervescence.
All right.
It's starting to hurt my eyes. Please make it stop.
Guys, simmer down. It's getting to be a little gross. So aside from obviously staring at pictures of me, what have you guys been watching and doing to entertain yourselves this week?
Well, I actually just finished up something on the recommendation of Pete and Kyle from the last time we got together, and I binged Invincible and watched that. And if you have not seen Invincible, Mandy, which I'm going to bet that you have not, it is on Amazon. It is an animated superhero series about a young man who his father is, basically Superman. And he is a teenager in high school, and he has just gotten his powers. And then kind of what he's trying to do to be a superhero because he wants to be like his dad, who is the greatest superhero in the world. And each episode has a post-credit scene, and Pete is right. The first episode's post-credit scene is a pivotal moment in the entire show. So I'm trying not to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't seen it. It is a wildly entertaining show. It has a good story through line as far as it's a good coming of age story for a kid who's coming of age, trying to come into his powers and really trying to live up to the larger than life shadow of his amazingly superhero father. Because it'd be basically like if Superman was your dad, right? And then
it's basically my life story.
Exactly.
My dad is that.
Your dad is Superman. Of course he is. And so therefore, and then beyond that, the other part of it is, that for anyone's going to see it, there is a level of violence to it that takes an episode or two to get used to. Not that the violence is there, but when it's in an animated form, it starts to look more realistic, and it's the exact opposite of what you think. Because I am parroting what Kyle told me about it with that part, and when he said it to me, I was like, "That's crazy! It's a cartoon." But when the violence looks the same as the two people talking on the couch, right? It makes the violence look more realistic, and so that audiences should be kind of braced for that'll happen. But overall, the story is a really good story. It's a good arc, and they did a lot to set up a second season, which I'm looking forward to.
Cool.
I am so glad to hear that you trucked with that show, Ocean. I was nervous when you brought it up. I thought I was about to be taken to the mat, but I am so relieved. I knew it, and it is so much better than that crazy Netflix Jupiter show. I started watching that, and I can't watch Josh Duhamel with a beard. I can't watch it. It's not right.
Duhamel. I enjoy that.
Duhamel. Is that right? Duhamel? Duhamel. How do you say it?
Duhamel.
Duhamel. It's not Duhamel. It's Duhamel.
It's Duhamel.
She knows she's in the industry, man.
Oh, I've been pronouncing it Josh Duhamel since the first Transformers.
Since you won a date with Tad Hamilton?
Exactly. Yeah. I loved that show, the Jupiter's Legacy.
I'm so glad.
I love Jupiter's Legacy too. I love Invincible.
Yeah.
I love Jupiter's Legacy too. I'm
on episode 2. I'm going to see it.
I think there's room for both.
Okay.
In all honesty, though, Peter, if by episode 3 you're not really kind of all in, you could maybe bail and save yourself some time. Because
I'm a completionist, Ocean. You should know.
Okay.
I'm a completionist. Right. I have to watch all of them, and that leads me to my topic because forgive me if I present a little bit of my damage on the show today.
Oh, tell us.
On the main show. We're doing the films of Lynn Shelton.
Yes.
Do you know Lynn Shelton?
Yes.
Mandy, did you know Lynn Shelton? Because she seems like she would have been friends of yours.
I take that as a high compliment.
You should.
She would have loved me, but no, I didn't know
I
her.
think
But
so.
I love your
Yeah,
sister's
she's definitely-
sister. I love that movie.
So we're doing 5 of her movies, which is almost all of them. And so I went through and found the other ones and have watched now all of her movies. She's 11 feature films, or 11 films and a extended short. And she died in May of last year. It was tragic. It was very sad. So now I'm watching all these movies, and she makes, I think you could really boil it down to 1 or 2 archetypes of films, right? It's the main character is always lost, kind of a wash at sea, with a bit of an unexplained, unexamined kind of reason. So it's a little bit hard to get to the, why. It always feels a little bit unresolved. But then I watched this movie, We Go Way Back, which is one of her earlier films, where the main character is kind of lost, awash at sea, doesn't quite know, unexplained, unexamined. And in the process, she finds a box of letters from her 13-year-old self to her future self, right? And over the course of the second act, those letters, the sound of her younger voice reading these letters to her, it plays with you. She plays with the stereoscopically, she plays with it. And then suddenly there's a 13-year-old kid in the movie. And it's her younger self. And not only is it the 13-year-old kid, other people can see this 13-year-old kid. It is the most clever, beautiful interpretation of coming to terms with your inner self, your inner child, so to speak, but just giving yourself this room, this space to learn from your own life's lessons. And they do Hedda Gabler. She's cast in a local theater production of Hedda Gabler, and the director says, I think we're really going to unlock it. I need you're going to play the part of Hedda, and you're doing it all in Norwegian. And so she has to learn Norwegian. And it's just, it's really like, if you've done, community theater, you'll laugh out loud. Like, it is very funny, very sweet. And I have been just wrought with this sense of exploration of this woman's films, the story she's made now that she is dead, because she is so close to a contemporary of ours. Like, it just feels very resonant that I am examining her legacy. They're such personal stories, such deeply personal stories. It feels criminal to be giving them 2.5 stars, 3 stars. Like, it's just wrong. But that's the world we live in. Anyway, these Lynn Shelton films, if you're into like personal examination and exploration, you've got to watch We Go Way Back. It's terrific. And Sword of Trust is the last film she made, and it was amazing. It was funny and fantastic. Everything else, is sort of on par with Your Sister, Hump Day, and Touchy Feely was great. Rosemary DeWitt is fantastic. But for me, the real highlights, We Go Way Back and Sort of Trust, amazing.
I wrote those down. You'll notice I did not write down Invincible or Jupiter, but I did.
I noticed you
those
shuffling
down.
Paper, and I have to say I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
That I may have given you a recommendation that you might like.
I've written a lot of stuff down over these episodes, and I can't say I've watched it, but
I haven't watched a single
I
one.
write it down.
Anyway, that's my thing. I've been inside my head for the last week. I've watched all these movies in 2 days. So,
you're doing better than me. I have yet to recommend anything that Mandy is interested in watching, and I expect the streak to stay alive today.
Let's see, guys.
Let's see what we got.
So, the first thing I wanted to talk about, which I feel is very topical, is the Friends reunion. Please, no spoilers, guys. It's dropping as we speak, right?
I've already watched about 45 minutes of it.
It has already dropped. And
it dropped today.
Yes, I'm not going to spoil it either. I'm going to a friend's watching party.
Oh, good. Okay.
You are Ocean.
We're going to have a group together to get together to watch this. And so it is, I am willing to go. I am being gently dragged by my wife to this, but I am willing to go. I did enjoy the show.
I wanted to know how we all feel, because for me, this is like the mothership calling me home. I'm very excited. But Ocean, not a Friends fan?
Can we do something? No. Don't Ocean, don't answer. I would like Mandy to predict how each of us are going to answer this question.
I feel I have an unfair knowledge because, Pete, you've already been watching it, and you wouldn't have been watching it if
But you don't know why.
I see no gun to your head, sir.
The rundown is the gun to my head. It says, I want to talk about Friends reunion with a link. I prep. That's what I'm just saying. So now you could take that off the table.
I think this is
what
Pete's first episode of Friends he's ever seen.
Wow. Could you be any more wrong? No, I think Pete
Dear
was
God,
excited.
this parachute has turned into a knapsack.
I think Pete is excited and Ocean is like, okay, fine for my marriage. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's pretty much right on the money. I don't know. This trailer, this reunion thing, I've been laughing about like from the backside of my flooding heart because I watched just the first little bit of it and it took me right back. This was appointment television for me. I watched every single episode for 10 straight years.
Preach.
It defines an era of my comedy,
Yes.
Bright Kaufman Crane defines an era of my comedy.
Yes.
So
I still watch it in reruns. I love it.
I have seen all of the episodes. I did enjoy it at the time that it was out, and I thought it was. I think and thought it was a good show. I'm going to watch the reunion to just kind of see what they do with it. I found that my excitement waned a little bit when I learned about that it was unscripted. And that made me wonder if they were doing are they doing a show where we get to see the characters and the writers have written where they are? What are we, 17 years on? Where they are 17 years on and what their lives are and everything like that? Or is it going to be more of okay, we're going to get them together and do something like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, where it's we're going to give them an overall plot and an overall idea and then tell the actors, look, these characters, so go. Right now, that may be great, but since the original show wasn't that way, I just don't know. So I'll look forward to finding out.
No, let me just spoil it. So nobody's looking forward to any of that because none of what you just said is what it is.
Okay, so but it
really is
a
reunion. It's not an episode. It's an hour and 45-minute exploration of where these characters have come from, have been. It's let's go down memory lane. Let's walk. They brought all the sets out of the museum and they rebuilt all the sets. They're not doing a show. As far as I know, there's no show. It's them talking about. They do the trivia thing, but they're all as the performers talking about the characters. As far as I know, where I am in it, they've not done an episode.
So
none of that.
It's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air one, where they all got together and they're talking about the history of the show
about it.
and what the show
hour
meant.
And 44 minutes.
Okay. So they're doing that,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Now I'm less excited.
But I'll tell you, it pulls the heartstrings. James Corden does these little segments, these interview segments, and there are some things that are pretty cheesy about it. But there is something about, and maybe it's because I just went to my 30th college or high school reunion, and there's something about the idea of these people who really haven't been together in 17 years, like in any sort of professional capacity,
right?
About them exploring, like, for real, what it's like to remember this thing that was so important to so many people. I mean, massive numbers of people watch the show and still do. So I think it's pretty special just watching them emote together. I'm a big softie for that stuff, I guess. I shouldn't be. I should be a cold-hearted cynic and stupid cash grab. But honestly, like, hearing them share stupid inside jokes with each other is fun. It's fun.
Well, when you guys, after we've all seen it and you want to talk about it, I'll be there for you.
There's already a bit about that. Poor Matthew Perry has been through the ringer, that guy. Everybody
now
else
you're doing spoilers, Pete. Like, this
a little bit. No, it's like immediate. You'll know it's not spoilers like the first 5 minutes.
Well, yeah,
it's the first 5 minutes.
You see a picture of him. They've teased that already.
They've teased that.
Yeah, that he's.
I know that trailer had me all choked up.
Oh, it's tough. It's great, but it's I watch it and just watch it with an optimist's
yelling at
heart.
me. We will watch it. Ocean will watch
yelling
it.
At me. Okay.
All right.
Ocean will watch it.
Yes.
Pete,
drink in hand. I will watch it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pete, now that you are all worked up, I want to hear about the article you posted. I feel like you snuck it in 5 minutes before we hit record, so I didn't read it.
I did. So you don't know this news?
I don't know the news.
All I have written is AmaMGM.
Exactly.
Ocean, I'm sure you know what we're talking about.
Amazon is purchasing MGM. I have several things to say about it, but Pete,
I knew you would.
The floor is yours.
$8.45 billion. You know what else starts with a B?
Bezos.
Bond. Yeah, but no, I mean they really, I mean they've set the table for what they want to do with the Bond franchise, and there are some stipulations about this purchase. They reported that they get the catalog, the MGM catalog, and MGM has been on the ropes for years, right? In and out of bankruptcy and licensing off content to different parties and bringing it back in, and so it's been a while since they've kind of been on the market. And Amazon stepped up and paid them the $8.5 billion, and they get 4,000 movies and 17,000 TV shows in its catalog, and it's all going to Prime Video. And let's see, in addition, Amazon is anticipating being able to mine MGM properties like the Pink Panther, Rocky, and yes, the 007 franchises for new original films and series. That will be interesting for the entertainment market. Those are big properties. It feels important to at least acknowledge this is one of those IP sea changes in the market right now. What do you say, Ocean?
I agree with the last part you said, that it feels important. I think, though, that the reasonings is different than we think, right? Because the 8.45 billion is like, what Bezos has in his back pocket. So it's not, from Amazon's perspective, this isn't a lot of money. I really think that what Amazon is doing is utilizing Prime, the video service, to try to ensure and continue the Prime service that people are buying for Amazon as far as the 2-day shipping and all that. The original idea behind Prime was that 2-day shipping, and that's why you paid I think it's now $100 a year or whatever it is for it.
119.
Yeah, 119. Yeah, it's like something like that. So whatever you're paying for in order to pay for that is to get that 2-day shipping. Well, Amazon now has spread their tentacles so wide throughout the country that really you could be off Amazon Prime. Most anything you'd buy on Amazon, you'd get in that amount of time. And so I think that what they're doing is that, it does, from an entertainment standpoint and customer standpoint, there is a benefit. But I really think they're doing that along with, like, for example, one of the things they did is they bought the Yes Network, which is the network that displays all the Yankees games. And the reason they bought the Yes Network was because they realized that in New York, there weren't as many Prime members as they would like to have. And so they're using this to then bring in more Prime members and to then keep that service going. And so I am excited about it only insofar as, as a consumer of these products, we can, I will get a benefit of it as well. But, I'm still going to pay my Prime membership. And I think that's really what they're doing and kind of how they're deciding what they pick and choose. Because you can tell if you've used the Amazon Prime video interface, I mean, it's not great. Right. They're not really putting any money in it at all. It's confusing. It has, tons of issues. You can't save things. It's just there to be like, wait, if you want to find a movie or a show, you can here. But really what we want you to do is pay for that, that special 2-day shipping.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think some of their properties are really special. And I think that's the separation between like what between the technological experience of interfacing with the app, which is not great, and the content. And they are throwing money at content. They're throwing money at the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and the Jack Ryan franchise, and now Jack Reacher is coming. And so they have some big properties and some Amazon originals. Like they're working their networks. And I think, depending on how you feel about how they have handled these major intellectual property titles, these Jack Ryan, for example, to Tom Clancy stuff, you might be real excited to have Amazon Studios behind James Bond, right? Like that might be exciting to you. If you kind of like the prestige feel of Bond, this is not a good move for you, right? This is because we're about to get all bonded up. It's going to be all bondage all the time after this. I mean, it's just all the places you're going to be all bound up. So I don't know. I think it's interesting. Will we get a series, a Wizard of Oz series out of this, right? Will we get a Legally Blonde series out of this, right? Those are the big properties. They've got Tomb Raider, Thomas Crown Affair, Thelma and Louise, Magnificent Seven. You can bet we're going to get some Magnificent Seven stuff out of this. Obviously, Creed and Rocky, Basic Instinct, 12 Angry Men, Moonstruck. Let's see, Handmaid's Tale, Fargo, and Vikings. So they've got a lot of stuff to work with. So it'll be interesting to see what they mine first.
Yeah, and they have a lot of money, and that from a Bond perspective, maybe that Q television series that we've all been waiting for will finally happen. Because I think that I honestly think that would be an interesting idea to see, like, hey, let's just follow Q and see what goes on in his world. But
got to be better than some of the movies. I know, I did it.
Well, yes, especially any of the ones that star Daniel Craig. Right, so.
Well,
Daniel Craig is my spirit animal.
From those movies that we don't know anything about to 3 trailers for movies we don't know much about. Now,
that was an expert turn.
Thank you. We're moving on to trailers,
moving
gentlemen.
on.
And I broke all the rules because I'm a rebel and I'll never, ever be any good. And I picked a trailer for something that has already been released. But it was something that came out totally under the radar. I've never heard anyone refer to it. I wanted to shine a light on it. So I chose a movie written by, directed by, and starring Billy Crystal, Sir Billy Crystal, and Tiffany Haddish, which I think is such a fun, interesting combination. And it seems to be the story of a comedy writer who's trying to write one last thing, but he seems to be suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. I'm not clear. He befriends Tiffany Haddish. We're not quite clear how. She agrees to help him, and they form a very close, unlikely friendship in the movie Here Today.
Thank you for bidding on me in the auction. I am so flattered that somebody your age would be a fan of my work.
I don't know who the hell you are. My ex really wanted to meet you, so he bid.
How much?
22.
$2,200? That's fantastic.
$22. It started at 20, and then it went up in 50-cent increments.
I'm a comedy writer.
All right, guys, very funny stuff.
I also write for Broadway and movies. Why is your face suddenly bigger than it was before? Oh my God, are you allergic to seafood?
She doesn't have insurance, and she really shouldn't be leaving here by herself.
Your daughter is going to be fine.
Why did you tell the doctor that I was your father?
I was a little loopy by then.
Are you doing anything right now?
No.
Want to have some laughs?
Come on, Queen, smile, girl, smile.
Marilyn Monroe from The 7-Year Itch.
I'd be at you too if I had hot subway air blowing up my ass.
Doctor, thanks for seeing me so late.
How's the writing going?
It's all of these young kids.
In the tradition of George Carlin and Richard Pryor,
Somebody's got to talk to Roger about his inflections. Come on, subpoena. What is that, a very small peanut?
Are you doing what we talked about?
I try not to vary my routine.
You have medicines to help you.
I was backed up for like 8 days.
And you can always give yourself an enema.
I'm saving that for my birthday.
Who are they?
That's my family.
If they're your family, why do you have their names written down?
Charlie, you can't be alone anymore.
If you ever need my help, I'm here.
I'm writing something, and I have to finish before my words run out.
I'll take care of them.
May I ask what your relationship is?
I
don't know.
The road less traveled is the hardest I know. Gets lonely when you're out on your own.
Do you live here?
I'm his friend, but your dad needs you right now.
I mean, this young woman is full of surprises.
This is no time for jokes.
It's the perfect time for jokes.
You funny, old man.
Everybody needs somebody sometime. Everybody needs somebody sometime.
I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want to not be scared. And I want to write the book, and I want to do all of that with you.
Hell yeah.
Everybody needs somebody sometime.
Whoa! I didn't want for this to happen.
It didn't happen. Your little frail body would not be able to handle all these groceries. I'll break your back, then you die. Can't have that.
What did you guys think of this trailer?
I think that it is a nice, sweet movie. Billy Crystal's funny. He's, Billy Crystal's funny. I've found him funny for years. And so I think that anything he does, well, maybe not anything, that's maybe a little high praise, but most things he does is going to be humorous in a good way. I think that it's a nice show. It looks like a nice, cute, sweet movie. It's kind of thing that where, if we're sitting around on a Saturday afternoon or something and you're looking for something nice to watch, it's there. But I guess that's really kind of what I think about it. It looks
movie,
nice
right?
and sweet. I'm sorry?
Wouldn't you be so happy if it was on an airplane?
I would be bawling if it was on an airplane.
It seems like a great airplane movie to me.
No, I need explosions on an airplane so I can be fearful whenever there's turbulence.
Oh,
Sometimes you hear the backstory behind these things, and it actually makes the movie better. They did a story on Tiffany Haddish and Billy Crystal, and I should say Tiffany Haddish is also very funny. She is a very funny woman, and they apparently Billy Crystal was watching TV one afternoon and saw her in some other thing and said, I need her to do this thing with me. I need her. And they have become straight up best friends. Like best friends. They are they're totally in each other's. They were in each other's bubble, pandemic bubble. Like they talk all the time. They talk. I mean, it's just seeing them together. It is like they are genuine friends. So knowing that makes me more interested in this movie. And I can't believe it actually has already come out. Like it's a streaming thing, right? I should be able to. That's why I haven't seen it.
They only released it theatrically on May 7th, which I just looked and it said it's made $2 million in the box office.
Wow.
Wah, wah. This definitely feels like a Saturday at your house streamer.
I would have already watched it. Right. I would have already given them a percentage of my monthly fee.
Right.
Somewhere. So I'm with you. I think the rest of the cast, I mean, besides Billy and Tiffany, Sharon Stone is in it, right? I mean, that's fantastic. Kevin Kline.
Comedic genius, Sharon Stone?
I just look at these people. These people,
there's a lot of
funny.
good names. Like, Kevin Kline is in it. And Barry Levinson is actually showing
Barry Levinson?
Yes.
Co-written by Alan Zweibel, who makes everybody funty. So
he sure does.
I'm looking forward to it. I worry that because it came out theatrically, May 7th, I'll miss it when they won't do a big push for now it's available VOD or streaming. So somebody, please alert me. I'll set up a Google alert. I've never done
one. If I may, go to letterboxd.com and add it to your watch list. Because in Letterboxd, you can choose your services that you pay for in your settings. And anything in your watch list, as soon as it comes available on that service, it will send you a notification.
Oh, that is excellent advice.
I just made your day a little bit better.
You did. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you,
It's really
Pete.
super handy.
Yeah, have automated notification.
Can I do my trailer now?
Yes, you can, Pete.
Oh my god!
Now that you've offered me such a hot tip, yeah.
Gunpowder milkshake.
I need to exchange some books.
Come.
Scarlett's kid. How is your mother? Haven't seen her in 15 years.
Mom! Let's get you into a good book.
You'll need a Jane Austen.
A Virginia Woolf.
And an Agatha Christie. For reading.
Sam, your talents are needed. Somebody stole from us.
Who's crazy enough to steal from the firm?
Is it done?
There's a change of plan. They have an 8-year-old girl. I can't leave her to die.
Sam, you killed the wrong people. You're no longer under our protection.
Some bad men are coming to hurt us. We have to go where it's safe. Hi, Mom.
Am I a grandmother?
God, no.
Girls, I think I see a ghost.
We need weapons.
Give the kill order.
I'm gonna do terrible things to you girls.
We're gonna bring the sky down on their heads.
I'm gonna make a little noise.
So, what's the plan? I called as an Uber. Are you kidding me? Nope.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
If I get out of this alive, I'm coming for you. You are an incredibly impressive young woman. There's not a single person on earth I'd rather kill people with. Thanks, Ma.
Are you a serial killer?
What?
You kill people.
Yes.
And you've killed more than one. That is serial.
It's more complicated than that.
Gunpowder Milkshake is it is John Wick of ladies. John Wick of ladies. Now, you may thought you've already had that with Atomic Blonde, but then you stop and you say to yourself, can you really have too much John Wick with ladies? Especially when one of those ladies is the badass Karen Gillan. She is already has demonstrated herself as an action performer. She is just terrific. She's funny. She's smart. She's just great. And they happen to build this fantastic cast. Carla Gugino and Lena Headey and Angela Bassett and Michelle Yeoh. And Paul Giamatti represent. Yep. They are an absolutely stunning cast of just destroying everything. And my favorite bit in the trailer is when she turns around and the little girl says, "Are you a serial killer?" No. But you kill people, like one after another, a lot. It's complicated. So what'd you guys think? Gunpowder Milkshake. Were you excited by this?
Yes. So this is actually, unbeknownst to you, Pete, your first steal of the show. I saw this trailer and I went to put it out on the site, and I saw that you had already done it. And after letting loose with, I'm going to say more than 3 expletives in your direction, I had to find something else.
Ooh, the truth comes out.
Yes, definitely more than 3.
Shots fired.
There was a lot going on there. And so, no, I think this movie looks amazing. I am excited to see it. I even like interesting enough, with all the action sequences and everything around it that I liked in the trailer, I even like the oddly human touch, which I don't know why I even reacted to this, with a whole, when she opens the door to see her mom and she's like, "I'm not a grandmother, am I?" And she's like, "Oh God, no." Right. I was like, yes, I get all of that. So it's like, I thought it was great that it was like, so clearly the way this trailer set up, it's like this mother that you haven't seen for well over 10 to 15 years, you see for the first time. And that's her first question is this your daughter? So that's great.
Right.
But yeah, no, it looks amazing. I'm in the bag for anything Michelle Yeoh does. I love her in really everything. And so, yeah, no, I am excited for this, and I will be running right out and seeing it.
Well, you guys know I don't like violence. So
Yes.
Let me preface by saying this trailer looks awesome. And this movie looks awesome. And I was like, I mean, maybe I could be down because it's so badass and funny and sexy. And I love Karen Gillan. Ruby Roundhouse. We all know anything Jumanji. I'm a fan.
Oh, she's so good.
She's just you just want to root for her and be around her, and that's how I feel about all these women. I love all these women. I never saw Atomic Blonde. I think I would like it, but like it never came into my world. So this will be tough. My entree into this very violent, ultra violent John Wick. Well, I mean, I've seen some of it, but yeah. But this one looks really good and really funny, and I'm excited.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Yes.
I thought this was just going to be, a whole segment of suffering for you, Mandy. So I'm glad to hear that you're on top of this one. It's really, I think it's going to be great. And Best Words so far tonight opens July 14th on the internet.
Oh.
On the internet.
Okay.
I believe between now and then they'll narrow down those
those channels. I don't know, but I'll be here on the internet waiting.
Google it. You'll find
I hope I find it. Yep. Yeah. There you go.
All right, Ocean, what are you bringing to the table?
Well, the synopsis of my movie is a sequel, and it is the bodyguard Michael Bryce. He continues his friendship with assassin Darius Kincaid as they try to save Darius's wife, Sonia. Starring 3 actors that I absolutely love, Ryan Reynolds, Salma Hayek, and Samuel L. Jackson. My movie is The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
You're going to tell us everything you know.
I'm not telling you, mother.
You can electrocute him all day. It'll only make him angrier. I, on the other hand, will tell you everything.
What? Really?
Michael Bryce was trying to put his past behind him.
You need to forget bodyguarding. Repeat after me. No bodyguarding.
No bodyguarding.
Then he got pulled back in.
Let's go! Jesus!
To protect this homicidal nutbag's wife.
What is he doing here? I said, get anyone but Michael Bryce.
I believe it's pronounced thank you.
In 4 days, all of Europe will burn.
They're planning a full-scale cyber attack.
Do not screw this up.
Oh, we are definitely gonna screw this up. I promised my therapist no bodyguarding. Let's not do that, guys. Let's just focus. I got it. No, it's fine. You guys have at it. Maybe feather the break a bit.
I need you to protect us. We're trying to have a baby.
May God have mercy on our souls.
Now repeat after me. I'm unlicensed.
I'm unlicensed. That's terrible.
Louder.
I'm unlicensed, and I don't give a. We need guns. We need boats. We need them. Are you ready to get your freak on? What? That came out wrong. Not together. With us. That also came out wrong.
Now let's go do what we do and blow some things up.
I would make a great mother, don't you think?
I think
would make
you,
a great
yes.
Mother? Thank you. It must be your powerful asexuality that makes you such a good listener.
Can we just acknowledge that not only are we safe, this really feels like a new beginning.
That's a lot of apostrophes.
So I loved the original, not the original, the first one, the Hitman's Bodyguard. I thought it was funny. I think bringing Ryan Reynolds basically doing his Deadpool to a different movie where he doesn't have to wear the red costume is great. Samuel Jackson's fighting everything, and when I watched the original movie, the one thing I did think about it was this movie needs more Salma Hayek, because she was only in it for a little bit, and she was funny and she was charismatic and everything. She kind of brought a spark to the movie, and so I like how this one is going to bring her more into the forefront of the movie. And so it looks, so to me it looks exciting and interesting. I'm interested in seeing what they do with Morgan Freeman. They're going to have Antonio Banderas in it. There's a lot of actors in here that I really like and enjoy, and so I look forward to watching it. What do you guys think? Well, I guess, what do you think, Pete? Mandy, I already know what Mandy's going to say.
She's going to say she loved it because she's on a roll.
That's not what she's gonna say.
I'll tell you, I didn't see the first one.
What?
If you can believe that? I didn't see the first one. So this one, it kind of looks like the first one with more Salma Hayek. It looks fun and funny, but I didn't love the Expendables, and this feels a little bit expendable-y. And the director Patrick Hughes did the Expendables 3, and
that one was horrible. Don't watch
was
that
it
one.
horrible?
Yeah,
so that's kind of where I am. Like, I'm curious about it. And I feel like, given your enthusiasm for the first one, that I can be on board with that. I'll take that recommendation. I didn't know you liked it.
I don't see you writing it down, Pete. That's how we validate Ocean.
His mind is a steel trap.
I have to edit this show, Mandy. I've got it in so many different formats.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got it. So I'm into it, Mandy.
Yeah, not so much. And not just because of the violence.
1,000.
Not because of the violence. It was very tropey. Just everything in this trailer I have seen a million times. And even though I love all those actors, I would much rather watch Ryan Reynolds on the Graham Norton show. Like, I don't need to see him do this anymore. He's done this.
To be fair,
lot.
he's very funny on the Graham Norton show.
I know. And that's where I would prefer to watch him.
Yeah.
So, it looked very, like, been there, seen it, done that.
All right.
Even though I hadn't seen the original.
It's Sam Jackson and Frank Grillo, and like it's a great like evil action cast. Mm-hmm. Like there's just great witty dialogue. I totally get it.
Yeah, and Antonio Banderas is the bad guy. So yeah, no, it's
he looks like a real bad baddie.
Yeah. Yes. So the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard will release on June 16th everywhere.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was so threatening. So, Ocean, to make up to you the fact that I am not going to see your trailer choice.
Make up. That's how we roll.
Well, but I'm going to say we're getting ready for game time here. Are we not? I'll let you go first in the game.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I feel that the bedrock of our friendship is I recommend a movie and you say, no, I'm not going to watch this. I'm definitely interested in this. Not so much. I don't like anything about it.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So, games. So last time I got to host Sat Matt, I created a little Name That Movie. And I invented this entirely brand new concept, not based on Name That Tune at all. And this time we're doing Name That Actor.
Oh, dear.
Another brand new concept that I've ripped off from myself from 60s television. So this will go like this. I'm going to say this person was in a movie called This in this year, and they played this character. I'm picking something obscure that you will not know, hopefully, but maybe you will. Maybe you'll have an inkling. Then you will say, Ocean will start by saying, I can name that actor in 5 more movies. It could go up to 5. If Pete feels confident, he can bring it down to 4 movies. I'm picking obscure things from their IMDb pages. However, we are all movie lovers. One of you might strike gold and realize right off the bat who I'm talking about. Does this all make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Ocean looks dubious. Let's try it.
I understand the concept, and I look forward to facing you on the field of battle, Pete.
Oh, yeah. No. I get real upset when war analogies come out. Find it very threatening.
Oh, but Pete, I noticed Pete's standing, so he's ready.
I had to stand. I had to stand up
ready.
to get all... Yeah, okay. Not even my turn, and I'm already sweating.
All right. This extremely prolific actor appeared as Bum in 1987's Magic Sticks. Ocean, can you name it in 5 movies? Can you name that actor?
Do I have to start at 5 or can I drop it down to a different number?
Drop it down, dude.
I can name that actor in 4 movies.
Ooh! Coming out the gate. I like it.
All right. 3 movies.
2 movies.
Oh, Pete.
Do you know who it is? Are we trying to... You know who it is already.
Do you know who it is?
Because if you say one movie, doesn't he have to name it?
Well, no, then she's going to tell you one movie and then you're going to hear that and then you have to name it in 1.
Right.
I'm going to get 2 movies.
I'm not going to do it. You name the stinking
Name
movie.
that actor.
Name that actor.
Guys, it's not Name That Movie. That was a different game entirely.
That was a different game that you made up, that you invented. Yes.
All right. You get 2 movies.
Okay.
Ocean, are you ready?
I am ready.
This actor appeared as the dream blind man in 1990's Exorcist 3. This actor.
Wow.
Unless you want to make a guess at this point. You get one more.
No, I don't even know what the Exorcist 3 is. There was 3 of them? So, all right, go ahead.
You're off to a hell of a start.
Yeah.
This actor played Mr. Simpson in 1991's Jumpin' at the Boneyard. Name that actor.
Wow. I should let you do this, Pete. Jumping at the Boneyard? So the movies are Jumping at the Boneyard, The Exorcist 3, and what was the first one where he's bumming?
Magic Sticks, and he played a character called Bum.
I feel like this is harder than I expected it to be.
A very prolific actor, I started off with saying. Very prolific actor.
Okay.
If he doesn't get it, do I get another movie?
Oh, yeah, well, you got a chance at it, sure.
But you got to name an actor.
Prolific actor. So fine. Samuel L. Jackson. He's prolific.
You are correct.
That is.
Ocean! You are correct.
That's great.
I don't even know what to say right now. First of all, there's fraud.
You're not reading the chat where I just told Ocean what it was.
No, are you kidding?
No, you got it.
Well, she said prolific actor. It was all Samuel L. Jackson.
It was like the last actor that you were thinking about before this game is what just happened there.
Well,
that's true.
The bodyguard with the
unbelievably, I'm starting off easy. That was like my easy one.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, bring it. Bring the rain. Here we go.
Okay. This Academy Award winning actress appeared in Bush Christmas in 1983.
Did you say Bush Christmas?
Bush Christmas in 1983. This Academy
And it wasn't
Award-winning actress.
a Bush family spectacle?
Mm-mm. How many movies, Pete?
I'm going to start with 5.
Yeah.
I can name him 4.
Yeah, you can.
All right, I'm going to do 3 again.
Name that actor.
Here we go.
All right, let's go. Wait, it's an Academy Award-winning actress?
Who
Okay.
appeared as Judy in BMX Bandits in 1983. Huh?
So
You're
you said
you're
you were
the one who
starting
hasn't
with the obscure movies.
You haven't seen Electric Boogaloo?
I've not seen any of these movies. I went to IMDb. All right. She played Mary McAllister in 1988's The Bit Part.
Nicole Kidman.
Yes. See how you just knew one?
That's the only one I'll get all night.
What was the third movie you were going to say?
I was going to say, well, I have others written down, but she was an Academy Awards presenter in 1996's The Leading Man. And then the one I was excited if we got to it was she is playing Lucille Ball in 2022's Being the Ricardos, which I was not aware of.
That's amazing.
I need to make some phone calls. I do not enjoy that casting. Okay.
That was fun. Okay, now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling much better.
1-1.
Much better. Yeah. All right. It's because I stretched before that round.
At least one of us. I was banking on that we would neither one of us get anything else. So. All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
This is not looking good for you guys. This woman, this actress, has been much talked about by the film reel universe recently. And she was in a movie called Live Virgin, playing Agnes Large in 1999.
Okay, I'll do 5. I can name 5 movies.
Okay, 4.
Okay, 3.
I feel like we're doing name that actor performance now. Okay. Go ahead and name that actor.
All right.
All right, Ocean. How about in 2000? She was the baby nurse in What Planet Are You From?
Okay.
How about in Spider-Man? In 2002, she was the check-in girl.
The check-in
That's a big
girl?
movie.
What?
And in 2008, she was in Pretty Ugly Baby. She played Mary. We have discussed her recently on a couple of these podcasts.
Like
in the next real family.
So what you're saying is that you want me to name an actress that has been mentioned 2 or 3 times in the last 50 episodes?
9 years.
No, recently.
Recently is like okay. So yeah. So
I don't appreciate the attitude, gentlemen.
Melissa McCarthy.
I'm very excited for. Is it right?
That is not right. But
thank God.
I like the way you think, Ocean. Pete, you get another movie. She was in Marilyn Hotchkiss's Ballroom Dancing in Charm School, and she played Aisha Lebaron in 2005.
That, of course, it was the Charm School movie.
Ocean was onto something. Pete, Ocean was onto something with his guess.
You're laying it on pretty thick right now. So I'm just going to say Octavia Spencer and see.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm like the Peter Sagal of SatNat. I'm trying to really spoon
you
feed
really are.
Yeah, no, I got it when you said Aisha.
I get it
and I was
now,
like,
yeah.
oh, well, that's not Melissa McCarthy. So.
No. I haven't heard of any of those movies.
No.
Besides Thunder Force.
Well, Spider-Man.
Oh, you're right. I've heard of Spider-Man, but it's been sort of erased from, Spider-Man 3 erased Spider-Man.
You can't let the 3 of any movie affect the first, because the 3 is...
That's fair.
Almost universly bad.
All right.
All right.
So this is Pete for the win, if you can get this one.
Okay.
If Ocean ties it, I have a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Now, this cult comedy darling starred as Ron Statlin in Dill Scallion.
5. So it's me. Do I get to pick? I'm going to start with 5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have to go with 4. You only have 5 movies.
3.
I guess I have to go 2.
Oh, he came to win.
He's not. There's no way. Go for it. Name that actor. Tough guy.
All right.
I feel like this is possible here.
So what was the first build-up of the actor other than
This
the cult
comedy darling starred as Ron Statlin in a movie called Dill Scallion.
And this is an actress.
Actor.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
And you said 2 movies, correct?
I did say 2 movies. And you said Darling. That
Does Dill Scallion count, though? That's 1, right?
Well,
you
but
just count as 1.
I've done that all along. That's like part of the question.
All right.
Okay. How about Body Shots, 1999, where this guy played Trent?
Okay.
How about...
How you feeling now, Ocean?
Well, just the same way as I was feeling before.
Body Shot.
I'm going to go with the movie that I think was the most well-known of all of these. In 2007, he made a film called Music Within, where he played Richard.
Wait, you just said this actor's most well-known movie was called Music Within?
No. Of the ones I picked. I'm not picking the most well-known movies.
Well, yeah. Okay. So, Music Within played Richard.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, in Dill Scallion, he played Ron Statlin.
How can I forget that?
Don't forget that.
Yeah. Don't forget that. In Dill Stallion?
Dill Scallion,
he's
Can I ask you a question, Mandy?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Music Within?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
I've heard of it.
That would be great. You have heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's something. All right.
Have you seen Music Within?
Me?
Yes.
That's funny. No.
Okay.
No idea. Never even heard of it. Totally new to me.
No, I thought maybe you had. Then I was like, well, I need to guess right now. Okay, so cult comedy darling, Seth Rogen.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Did you see a movie called Queens of Country in 2012 where this guy played Rance McCoy?
No. No. Anything else? Do you just keep going?
No, that's the one movie you get that.
I've got okay. It's Jake Johnson.
No. Did you guys see Buying the Cow in 2002?
What are you doing to us right now?
Did you guys see Office Space?
Buying the Cow.
Ron Livingston.
Yeah.
He's been in all those goofy movies.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of a single one of those.
What is the cult? Are you calling him a cult comedy darling because of Office Space?
Yeah, and Swingers, and I feel like that was his. He got his start with being like that guy in a bunch of cult comedies.
Okay.
He was in Touchy Feely, which I watched yesterday.
Yep. I'm so tuned
yesterday,
in.
Ron
and he's
Livingston.
married to Rosemary DeWitt.
I know, right?
Who would have known?
Delightful couple.
A very brunette couple. All right, gentlemen, that was Name That Actor. We won't ever talk about it again.
Yes, that was a very challenging game.
Well, I guess I should have
done,
more like, oh, they might really recognize this one, but I didn't. I thought,
no,
like,
you
these
did
guys
exactly.
are such movie guys.
We did. I think all things considered, we did pretty good.
Yes.
The fact that I got one was a triumph in and of itself.
Huge.
Yes, huge.
Huge.
Dear Diary,
Huge.
Today, Mandy played a dumb game and I got one right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I got one.
Today was a good day.
Exactly.
Gentlemen, are we on to our lists?
This is a list.
And
so
our list
go ahead.
Topic is what this might be considered at the end of this podcast. Awkward love triangles.
This is based on the movie Laggies. Have either of you seen Laggies?
No, sir.
Emily Blunt is in the movie.
It's not from Your
Laggies.
Sister?
Oh, no. Laggies is next week. You're right. It's totally Your Sister.
Okay.
You've seen Your Sister.
Mm-hmm.
Your Sister is another one with too many apostrophes.
Mm-hmm.
really one, but
It was only one.
Or two. It is two. No,
it's just one. Two is too many.
It's just the one.
Yes.
Two is way too many.
Way too many.
Yeah, it's just the one. It's very confusing because there aren't enough sisters in the movie. We've talked about this at some length. And so it is about awkward love triangles. Very awkward love triangle in Your Sister's Sister. And so here we are. I am curious, so you guys help me out. How did you set up any sort of rules about how you approached the movies that you were bringing to the list? Any sort of foundational logic that went into how you thought about your movies?
I think I thought about it potentially a little bit too literally. So finding movies with love triangles was kind of the easier part. And so after that, I started looking at different ones and saying, okay, well, in what way would this be awkward? Because with Your Sister's Sister, I'm thinking, okay, the awkwardness is that they are sisters with one guy, and that's the awkwardness, is that they would care for each other as well, and then there'd be kind of a weirdness there, and that's what I got from it. And so I just went with, like, described in a vacuum, is this situation outside of the norm of what you would expect from a love triangle?
Okay.
I think I did that as well. I didn't want to just, like, the plot of most movies is some form of love triangle. So I avoided those and I went for the more spicy ones.
Oh,
might
be some steals.
They're very
I expect some. I expect some.
Okay.
Before we start, gentlemen, another possible topic was titles with repetitive words in them because of Your Sister's Sister.
Mm-hmm.
And the fifth actor that we did not get to in my amazing game was Kathy Bates, who starred in Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean. So I just, not starred, she was a small role. But that, I was all excited to, if that one won, I was like, and I'm bringing it in through the game, but that was going to be my first choice for the game, for the lists. Okay.
Fantastic.
That said, back to awkward love triangles.
Is there no awkward love titles in that, triangles in that movie? Because that'd be great.
There are not.
No.
No.
Be a real slam dunk.
Yeah.
Real homer. Real home run.
I get to go first because
Okay,
I
do.
say so. And my trailer was first.
But your trailer was first, yes.
Yes. So I'm hoping this is a steal. I feel like it could be. The first thing that popped into my mind, awkward love triangles. What's more awkward than a priest and a rabbi and a Scientologist walk into a bar? Her Scientology is not actually part of the movie, but the movie is Keeping the Faith, starring Ben Stiller, Edward Norton, and Jenna Elfman. Very awkward love triangle.
Totally awkward. Totally love triangle. I kind of can't believe I didn't even think of it.
Really?
Didn't even come to mind.
It's a great movie. Didn't think of it.
Funny.
Yeah.
It's a fun one. It's a good one when you catch it and you just want to indulge.
Yeah. Oh, man. Bums me out. Okay. All right. So you got the priest and the rabbi and the Scientologist. I've got, how do you feel about two teenage Mexican boys and an older woman going off on a sexy road trip?
I feel great about it. I love that movie.
About that?
Oh, I love this movie so much.
Am I right? Y tu mama también. There is, it's a love triangle. It probably has more vertices even than a triangle, but really it's the three of them, and this is where we meet Gael Garcia Bernal and
Diego Luna.
Diego Luna, sexy Diego Luna, and Maribel Verdú, and it's a fantastic Alfonso Cuarón movie that I haven't seen in way too long, and I came back to. I found this one, and I was like, oh God, I'm gonna need to watch this movie.
I love that movie.
Very good movie.
Good one.
Yeah. All right.
Beat that, Ocean.
Well, I'm not going to try to beat that with this. I think this one I'm going to talk about.
You're the gentle giant now.
I'm
Look at you.
going to use a movie that I do not like as much as the original that is being remade from, but it is still a good movie. And this was one of the changes from the original movie, and I will now describe it now. Can a love triangle take place when two of the three people involved haven't even met? Well, this is a love triangle involving drugs and crime when a crooked cop is in love with a nice psychologist. They move in together and their relationship starts to hit a bit of a rut. And during this time, she has a patient who is, unbeknownst to her, an undercover cop working with the mob. Of course, she now has feelings for him too. And now she finds herself in an awkward love triangle, having a relationship with a dirty cop who is looking for her undercover lover, who is also trying to expose her dirty cop boyfriend. And this movie is The Departed.
Man, there's so much going on in that movie that just like when you hear you say it, it's like, that's not the movie I watch.
No, it was the love triangle between Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon. And
they pretty much stop there because they still have a crush on each other.
Yeah, they just might. And Vera Farmiga, who plays Madeline, in the movie, she is a psychologist who is living with and in a relationship with the dirty cop Matt Damon while sleeping with the undercover cop Leonardo DiCaprio.
Just say the phrase "dirty cop Matt Damon" one more time.
Just say that. Do you think his wife says, "Can I call you dirty cop Matt Damon?" Or maybe he says, "Would you only call me dirty cop Matt Damon?"
Yeah.
Screw this Will Hunting stuff. I'm the dirty cop. Dirty cop Matt Damon. All right.
You are pronouncing the name in the movie wrong. I hate to correct you, but it is The Departed.
Right.
And I know that I am from there. And,
you can't talk that.
It is a wicked good movie from what I hear. All right. My next movie, because I didn't want to just do straightforward heterosexual movies, is Kissing Jessica Stein. She's in love with her. She's in love with her.
Movie?
She's dating him. He can't figure out why she's not so into him because she's in love with her. Kissing Jessica Stein.
I've never seen that movie.
Jennifer Westphal.
I don't even know that movie.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it either, but I heard of it. Yeah.
Tova Feldshuh.
Oh, don't even know any of what you're saying. Just made up words.
It was really, at the time, like an indie that broke through so huge. They made it so cheap and it was so charming, and it really became the paragon of, if we can make an indie movie.
This is why you make indie movies now, everybody. Yeah, totally.
So,
okay, well, clearly I need to see this movie now. That's fantastic. That means I get to go next.
You do.
Hey, speaking of kind of lower budget movies from directors that I really, really like, anybody remember Laura San Giacomo? You might have known her from Just Shoot Me, but I like to think of her only in the context of Andie MacDowell and Peter Gallagher and James Spader. And this is Steven Soderbergh's Sex, Lies, and Videotape. And you really could say that Sex, Lies, and Videotape are also a love triangle in this movie. There's just a lot of videotaping, stuff that goes on. Poor James Spader. You just walk out, you're thinking, I really feel for this guy. He can't,
one of the only times he didn't play like
tape.
an evil douche, right?
Right. He's just a broken guy. Yeah. No, there was just a lot to love about this movie. I have a great time with it. So I'll stop talking.
Oh, can I get that laugh as a drop just for my life? Are you willing to do that? Send it to me, please. Ocean, what's your second movie?
Well, I
need to say for the record, I don't think my wife knows I watch Sex, Lies, and Videotape. That's it.
Okay, I will follow suit with your guys' themes then. I will go with a smaller independent movie with the director that I love, and I will stay away from it'll not just limiting it to heterosexual. The movie that I'm going to describe is the story of a nice lesbian girl who is in a band and living a happy, normal life in New Jersey. And she meets a heterosexual guy and squarely puts him in the friend zone, even though he has feelings for her. And eventually, as time goes on, she lets her guard down and starts to falls in love with him. And is now unexpectedly the happiest she has been in years. Unfortunately, our heroine now finds out that she is unwittingly in an awkward love triangle as she and her new beau discover that his heterosexual male best friend is also in love with him. The movie I'm talking about is Chasing Amy, directed by Kevin Smith, starring Ben Affleck, Joey Lauren Adams, and Jason Lee.
I love Joey Lauren Adams so much. I think she is wonderful.
Yes,
that's an interesting stance.
Yes,
I feel like you're on your own.
What? Who, me or
yeah,
Ocean?
Joey Lauren Adams.
No. I love a lot of things about this movie. I love everything about this movie. Was pivotal for me in during my collegiate experiences.
No judgment, man. I had this one on videotape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I still have the DVD. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember liking it at the time. I have no memory of it now, but
yeah, it is the only movie where Kevin Smith got nominated for where they got nominated for a Golden Globe. Actually, she got nominated.
So
Joey Lauren Adams got nominated for a Golden Globe from this movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Color me impressed.
I didn't see you writing anything down, but that's okay.
I've seen it.
I'm sure she's
final
chasing
pick?
it. What is a love triangle really without murder and
a line
without dirty cop Matt Damon? I'm doing it. I'm going talented Mr. Ripley. And this came from my mom, and I love that she recommended it. So,
big
props to my
fat
mom.
duh. Wow,
Yeah.
that is, of course, that's the obvious pick.
My mom for the win.
Okay. All right. Well, then my final pick is it's a guilty pleasure. There was a joke on this very show for a long time because week after week after week, I just happened to accidentally bring a Woody Allen movie. And I stopped because I was made fun of furiously for having some Woody Allen movies that I like when we're not allowed to talk about Woody Allen. Well, I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to bring a Woody Allen movie to the show. And it's because these people are so good. Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz and Rebecca Hall and Scarlett Johansson. They're all in Barcelona. All of them are there. Even Christina is there and Vicky is there. You could say Vicky, Christina, Barcelona. They're all together. And it is a love triangle about gastrointestinal disorder and relationship intrigue. And that's it. I really had a good time with this movie. And it's one of the Woody Allen movies that I just pretend Woody Allen didn't make. It's great.
It's an outlier for me. I really like in terms of his style. I thought it was not his usual MO, and I really liked it.
Yeah. It actually, I think that's a really good point. It is off cast from him. It's Ocean. You're not saying anything.
Well, I saw that. I really enjoyed the trailer, and it was a movie that I wanted to see, and you know how.
But now
you just never did.
I just never did.
Now you can't.
I just never did.
Right.
But it's a great pick because when you said it, I was like, oh, Vicky Cristina Barcelona. The love triangle is in the name, in the title.
It's in the
Vicky
name.
And Christina have a
it
love
was the
triangle
first thing
Barcelona.
I thought. Yeah, that's right. It was the first thing that came up when I saw this one, and I thought, I have to do it. It's the Woody Allen pick, and I think I may be done. I think I've picked all of the Woody Allen movies that I need to pick.
Okay.
I think we all appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Ocean.
Okay. Okay. So my last awkward love triangle is it's a bit of a story. So this love triangle starts out not as a triangle, ladies and gentlemen, but as a square. This story is about Sam and Sue, young college kids engaged in love, going back to Sam's family home to stay with his father and his two brothers, Tristan and Alfred. Before Sam and Sue can get married, Sam and his two brothers volunteer and go fight in a war. And in this war, of course, sadly, Sam dies. Now our square is ready to become an awkward love triangle. In the ensuing years of life, Sue rebuffs the advances of Alfred, falls for and has a relationship with Tristan, much to Alfred's jealous chagrin. After a while, Tristan leaves Sue, and then Sue in her sadness eventually marries Alfred. And this is where most awkward brother love triangles would end, but not in this movie. After some years of marriage, Tristan comes back into their lives, stirring feelings in Sue. Tristan has different plans altogether and marries someone else. And Tristan's wife eventually is killed. And then he leaves the family again for the last time. And Sue's resurgent feelings overwhelm her. And Tristan's leaving causes her to kill herself.
This is one movie?
Dude, were you there?
Yes.
Are you Alfred? This is amazing.
And if you haven't figured it out yet, I am describing the movie Legends of the Fall, starring Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins, Aidan Quinn, and Julia Ormond.
Wow.
Yes.
I think that, Mandy, could you have placed that?
No, but I've never seen it.
I didn't. You've never seen Legend of the Fall?
Fall?
I've seen it, I think, once. Yeah. I could not have placed
it.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, it's a great epic movie.
Yeah.
It is a big, long... The war they go off to is World War One.
Oh.
And there's a lot of...
Huge.
And Sam's death scene in it is very actually powerful and moving and everything. And it's just...
Yeah.
But it's just this big, sweeping, epic movie. It's great.
Wow.
I wouldn't notice anything other
heavy.
than Aidan Quinn's eyes if I were watching that movie, because he has the most beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah, deep pools
history.
of longing and loneliness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Any
that was awesome.
Alts that we need to discuss?
I had one, and I feel like I'm a little bit surprised it didn't get picked. It is While You Were Sleeping.
Oh, one of my favorites.
I kind of knew that. It was a back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe I'm going to have to bring it up. But then there was all the sexy stuff in my other picks. And I thought, I'm going to stick with the sexy stuff. But While You're Sleeping, I thought was great because, he's plays asleep.
Yeah.
While the love triangle was happening.
I didn't choose it because I feel like, this is a weird statement, that Sandra Bullock is my Woody Allen. And I'm always talking about Sandra Bullock. And I don't want to be pigeonholed. I have seen movies that don't have Sandra Bullock in them. So I didn't choose a Sandra Bullock movie.
You don't want to be type-listed.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I get it.
Ocean, did you have any backups?
Nothing that was any good. So I'm glad I did not have to go to that well. So.
Well,
there were no steals.
Yes, no steals. Yeah.
But I just watched one of my favorite family movies, Enchanted, with Casey. We just rewatched it. And I thought, well, that's an awkward one because she's a cartoon and he's real and James Marsden is a cartoon. And so I was going to use that one if someone stole.
Oh, you could totally get away with that.
Yeah.
I'm a big Enchanted fan.
Oh, I love that movie.
Is that weird?
No, I love it. All right, gents, we get to pick for next week's hosts what their list will be. So they are doing the movie Laggies.
Hey, excuse me? We all forgot our IDs. Would you buy a six-pack or something?
Someone did this for me when I was your age. It's like a rite of passage, right?
I had a good feeling about you.
That makes one of us. Whoa! Look at the nipples on this guy.
Why would you tweak the nipples? That's Buddha.
Did you convert to Buddhism?
Want to stay for dinner?
Is it make your own pizza night?
Sure, great idea.
Honey, I don't want to see you throw away your education. You have an advanced degree.
I've waited to do this for so long.
No. Whoa, get up. Just a second. I need to lay low for a week.
My dad's going to some lame divorcee mixer, so he'll be late. Dad, you're supposed to knock.
Wow, high school students are looking rougher and rougher these days. Who are you?
It's kind of hard to explain.
Hey, did you hear the one about the grown woman who started hanging out with a bunch of pubescent kids?
No, what?
No, I'd never heard of it before either.
Anything you need to say about it, Pete?
I have so much to say about Laggies. This is another of the Lynn Shelton greats where a character just doesn't know what she needs to do. She's lost, is unexplored, unexplained reasons, but she's lost. And she's 28 and she falls in with a 16-year-old and her pals. And it is all about her regressing as a 28-year-old into some of that behavior. And then she falls in love with the 16-year-old played by Chloe Moretz, her dad played by Sam Rockwell. And it is the movie, you can listen to the show about the movie. It's got some issues, but the performances are great. Keira Knightley, Chloe Grace Moretz, and Sam Rockwell, principal trio, and they're fantastic. Like, they're just so entertaining and engaging to watch on screen. Regressing, it's all about that kind of stuff. So,
all right. So we have some choices here. So we've got grown-ups who haven't figured out how to grow up. We've got growing apart from your group of friends. That one breaks my heart. We have having sex with your friend's parent. That one turns me on. We have Pacific Northwest films. Calling off the engagement. Finding out your parent is having an affair. And overqualified people working ridiculously low-end jobs, often for comedic effect.
In this case, she actually has her master's degree in counseling, but she's taken a side gig as a sign turner on a curb for her dad's accounting firm.
Aww.
So that's the example.
God love her.
Super cute. Can you come up with any movies for these that it seems like it would be fun to talk about? And if it helps, next week's crew is the good Kyle Olson, Rob Cabasco, and Steve Sarmento. So anything you want to lob toward that trio?
Now that you said that, to give them a challenge, I'll say having sex with your friend's parent and then challenge them not to use American Pie. Or or to say, well, an American Beauty almost. So no movies with the word American in the title.
Ah.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. No American in the title. Having sex with your friend's parents. Okay.
Pete, what do you want to do to them?
Well, the list is long and distinguished. I think, I worry. I think overqualified people working ridiculously low in jobs could be funny. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Right.
Oh, a very promising woman? Or promising young woman?
A promising young woman.
That was the one. That's the only one I could think of.
That's the only one. You're right. Yeah. And now that's the only thing I can think of. I'm going to say I'll go with the heartstrings growing apart from your group of friends.
Ooh. All right. And just to give us a different take, I'll do Pacific Northwest films.
I appreciate that. I felt like it was too on the nose to pick that myself, but these movies have been just wonderful.
I appreciate that.
They're right here.
I could not have chosen that, but thank you for choosing that.
Thank you. You really, I mean, nobody's going to pick it. Nobody's going to vote for this, but thank you.
Well, I can actually think of them, so that was...
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't the whole Twilight series in the Pacific Northwest?
I believe you're correct.
But
right. Cool.
There's
I got 3 right there. Good done.
All right. Don't help them out. Let's make them suffer. And if you want to vote in next week's list challenge, it's simple. Head over to the Show Talk channel in the Next Reel Discord community and lend your vote to the chaos that is list picking and movie sabotage each week. You might be asking, how do I get to the Show Talk channel? I'm so glad you asked. All you have to do is head over to thenextreel.com/membership and become a supporter of the Next Reel family of podcasts. For just $1 a month, folks, you can become a one-reeler. You join our online community in our Discord service. And for a few dollars more a month, become a 2-reeler supporter and join us for live streams as we record, early access to shows in your very own personal podcast feed, and access to the super secret member channels in Discord and member bonus episodes. That's right. Members get a slew of episodes that only they can hear. Plus, you can now support with a single annual donation at either level. And lastly, but not leastly, we already talked about it, Letterboxd. They're offering a discount now to anyone listening to The Next Reel. Just head to thenextreel.com/letterboxd and you can upgrade your Letterboxd account to Pro or Patron with a 20% off discount. And this discount also works for renewals. Does it get any better? Gentlemen.
It does not.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Be well. I'll be there for you. We'll talk again after we've all seen the Friends reunion, right?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
A reunion, Satmat reunion episode about the reunion episode, you guys.
The one where we talk about the reunion.
Yeah. The one where we talk about the reunion.
Okay.
Thank you, Mandy.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everybody.